Since I've been retired, I've found myself with more time to spend on the house, on the yard, uh, my flowers. And I have these big, huge porches on the front and the back. And so I've always bought plants for my porch. Uh, but I've not been real good about tending them as much as I have a little more time now to do that. And there's one thing I have realized, and I knew it, but I'm really learning it, is the importance of pruning. If you want your flowers to continue to bloom, and you want your plants to thrive, there's one thing that just has to happen. You're going to have to get rid of the dead. And there's going to be dead blossoms, dead flowers. There's going to be dead parts that's going to happen. But if you don't get rid of them, what happens, those plants start using their energy, sending it to the dead part, trying to get it to live. I think the plants are like us humans. There's one thing: we want to thrive. It's in our DNA to want to survive. It's in us to try to heal what's sick. But if I don't allow myself to be able to be purged, just like a plant, if I want to continue to blossom, there's some things that's going to be cut off. There's some things that are just not maybe for the season. They were, it was right for the time. I've used this, and you've heard this old saying. It talks about people that come in your life. They come in your life for a reason, a season, or a lifetime. And we know that's true. There's some people that are just in my life for a particular reason. They come and go. There's some people that are there for a season. And then there's those just there seem like they're going to be there forever. They're just a for life friend. I tell people, we're for life. Whatever you're going to decide, that's going to be up to you. But for me, I want to be for life in this thing. I think the hardest is the seasonal, that people come in your life for a season. And during the years I pastored, it was very hard to let people have seasons at the church and then to let them move on to other places and other things sometimes, because I always wanted to blame myself. Why are you leaving? Why are you leaving? Well, it may be their time was up here. Maybe they've gotten everything they're supposed to get from me or from this church. And maybe it's time for them to go somewhere else. And sometimes there's just things that this is just not for me. And so there's things that have to be purged for myself. It doesn't mean it's a bad thing. It's a good thing. To be pruned is a good thing. I cannot really be able to focus on what I need to focus on in the growth area if I'm continually focusing on trying to fix the past or trying to fix something from a previous season and get it to bloom. You just got to let it go sometimes. It's just not meant to be for today. It's not easy to be pruned. It's not easy to let God prune us. But I would rather just to be able to, Bible, I love the scripture that said, judge yourself that you be not judged. And judge, that word judge means just to make a decision. Make a decision. That's all it means. It has nothing to do about guilt or not guilt, but I'm making a decision whether I think this is right or wrong, or whether I think something's guilty or not guilty. But I have to make a decision. That's my judgment, is to make a decision about sometimes on plants what needs to go. It's just time for that to go. It's just a sucker plant. It's got a little branch over here that's doing more harm than good. And so I need to prune that thing. So it's not always easy to know what to prune, but if I would judge myself, I would prune myself of some things. I don't have to get to the point where God has to said, I'm fixing to have to prune that for you because you're just not willing to let it go. But he's got good plans for us. So sometimes it can't include what was in the previous season. It's time to let it go. This is for somebody today. Hope it encourages you today to so we can bloom. We continue with fresh beginnings and new blossoms in our life.